Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We are the United States of the world, and we're on a mission to banish poverty. We're an emerging nation. We've been around for about 3 years, and we've spent that time putting in some really solid foundations and all the things that a country has, our treasury and social services, economy, this sort of thing. And we're now in a position where we are generating income to increase the value of our currency and its liquidity, and so benefit all our members. Because all our members, we give free tokens, free cash, free allocations of our currency every month. And as we increase the liquidity and the price of those tokens, they're like banknotes, if you like, then we can, obviously, it's going to benefit the members. They'll be able to sell them quickly or exchange them for other currencies, whether that's cryptocurrency or fiat currency, and be able to get a good price for them. So who can be a member? Anybody. Okay, there's no cost to join. It's totally 100% free of charge. In fact, we'll give you $5 just to prove you're a real person. And we accept people from all backgrounds, all locations, every country, every gender, every every creed, every class, whatever. We don't recognize the differences, those superficial differences. We just treat and see everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity. It's a non-separatist ideology where we don't pigeonhole people because they're fat or thin or old or young or black or white or whatever. Everybody is just treated in the same way, even though we recognize that everybody is totally unique. We know that that means they've got something unique to offer our community, and as such are of equal value to every other member. Excuse me. Now, we should be streaming live on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. So I'm going to head over there right now because that's where we tend to see most of the comments. And hopefully everything is working, because when things go wrong, it's usually in that area, in the link between our app that we use and the Facebook system. So when I get to Facebook, I'm going to make sure my speakers are off so that we don't get feedback. And I'm going to be looking for the group We Share Abundance Publicly. And then I'll be looking for the 22nd of June. And so far, so good. If I click to expand, we should get a coming up where people can add comments, and we'll know where they are from and who they are, and as long as they choose to tell us. Okay. Right. We'll be starting in just a moment in our normal fashion, and that is with a short prayer. That's to help us find that path to true happiness in life. Everybody wants to be happy, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how to find that true happiness. And I'm not talking about the momentary pleasure you get from paying off your bills or buying a new car or whatever else. Happiness can't be bought. you will, as I say, you'll get pleasure from those things, but you'll be seeking for more. There'll always be that need to find something else because you've not filled that hole inside you, which can only be filled with true happiness, and that can only be found through loving service to other people. So that's what our little prayer is about, and we'll be starting with that, and then we'll have an affirmation that will help us solidify the separatist ideology we have in our community. And before I get into prayer affirmations, excuse me again while I just try and clear this tickly nose. Okay, and we've got Deborah in from Southern Alabama, USA, and we've got Andrew in from New Zealand, where it will be Friday morning, and it's not cleared it. Hopefully that will do it and I won't be sneezing all over you. Andrew's letting me know I'm coming through loud and clear, so thank you for that, Andrew. We will be starting right now with that short prayer and following it with the affirmation, and then I'll bring everybody up to date with where we are, what we've been achieving today, and where we're going tomorrow and in future weeks, years, and generations, because we are here for generations to come. We're not here today, gone tomorrow. We're building something lasting. We are a country, we are a nation. They don't just come and go like that. Okay, so we have Richard in as well from Devon in the UK. So here's that prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you. We ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, each member may find the joy of service. And through service, bless each member, that they may attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And you see, that last part of the prayer talks about everything you want and need in life, because when you go out with the goal of just making other people happy, you'll find that you're happy. You know, you make somebody happy, you'll be 10 times happier than that person. The more people you make happy, the more happiness you share, the more you'll receive. And an added blessing is that everything that you want and need in life will automatically flow to you. You won't have to chase money to get the home or the house or the extra vacations or whatever it may be. Okay, let's see. We've got Reynold in as well from Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm being hampered by this runny nose. I remember as a child, yeah, I can remember that far back. My mother, I must have had a runny nose then, because my mother always used to say, "Stop sniffing." So maybe sniffing is the answer. I don't know. We've got Bozina in as well from Edinburgh, up in Scotland. Right. The little affirmation we have about that non-separatist ideology goes like this. We are so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, and Kingsley from Manchester, UK. So what is today? Today is a special day. In fact, it was a special day yesterday, but I thought it should be a special day tomorrow. I got confused. Not unusual. Yeah, I thought Cody's birthday was the 23rd of June. And for whatever reason today, I just got his papers out to check it, and it was the 21st. So we missed his birthday yesterday. Um, but he will always gets treated well and treats. Cody, for any of you that don't know, is my uh, man's best friend, my friend and companion, a boxer dog. Okay, so happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Cody, happy birthday to you. Okay, so I do apologise for this runny nose, but hopefully it'll decide to dry up in a second and we'll be able to proceed without constantly sniffling into a handkerchief. Okay, so today um, we have made progress. It's never as much as I would like, or very seldom, uh, but we are always moving forward into the right direction. We are moving toward our goals and our mission. And today, it took 2 days. I don't know. We still don't know what the cause was, but I can now get into the Turnkey Cash Cow website to make those changes. I've not done them yet, but I do have access. We don't know what was causing the problem. The server team, they're very efficient, very good. They uh, they're great at protecting us from attacks and all these other things and making sure things run smoothly. But this had them foxed. It had me foxed. They thought it was just me, and they used a thing to get access to my computer and just check things out. And they ended up scratching their heads and saying, "Don't know." But they kept trying different things, and eventually they took down the hosting for the website and reinstalled it, and that solved the problem. But we don't know what caused the problem. We don't know why it was there. But now I do have access, and I can proceed uh, with that. So that's a plus. We also have cleared up a few bugs that we found while we've been doing other things. And Pay Now, we tested, and there was a little bit. We tested it a couple of days ago. There were a few things that cropped up with it. But, we now have that. I'm not saying it's solved because we've not tested again. I've got to test again now. Um, but we believe that it's all okay now. So I will be testing it again. And if it is working as it should be this time, then we will um, be able to expand it. It is showing in your um, Easy Business Builder, but don't use it yet. I mean, you can always use coin payments and the other payment processes we have, but we're introducing now payments as an alternative to coin payments because there are quite a number of countries that can't use coin payments. pay with crypto, they can't. So now payments is being added to overcome that obstacle. Um, so there you go. But lots and lots of little things and bugs have been solved today, and providing when I test that, it's only been completed just before we came live now. I didn't have time to test it. Then, fingers crossed, that will be available tomorrow for everybody. Okay. Um, excuse me again, I'm sorry. It is, I believe, the remnants of hay fever. That's what I've been told, but hopefully it'll disappear and not come back. Right, so yeah, so that's what we've been on development wise. We'll be able to get on to making some new changes and doing some improvements and enhancements for the benefits of our members. Once that is completed, there is a list of things that we've got to do, or that we want to do to make things better. We're constantly seeking ways to improve things for all our members, and we'll be back on that once this now payments is done, because that is another thing that makes it better for our members. Okay, I also have been in touch with quite a number. I'm finding it very difficult to select who we want for this Fun Miracles, but I've been in touch with quite a number of people now. A lot of them very keen to take on our project, and there seem to be some very good candidates. I'm hoping I can narrow it down very quickly and get somebody involved and working on the Miracles site, which is a fun site. I mean, with a name like Miracles, I think that it's actually $2miracle.com is the URL for the site, the address, but the actual site will be called Fun Miracles, and it's because people can come along, play games, and for a very, very small fee, if they choose, you don't have to pay. But if they choose to pay, they can enter into a competition to actually win substantial amounts of cash, win 7 games in a row, and you'll win over $30,000. What's it cost to enter the competition? $2. Okay, so that's why the site is called $2 Miracle, and that's why it's a fun site. Once we've got one game up and running, we'll be bringing in more games. As I say, they are going to be available just for people to play out of fun, free. Hopefully that will engage more people and make it a lot easier to get people interested in what we're doing in We Share Abundance and join us as a community. Because the more people we have, the more our economy will build. I remember, because I'm old, I remember, I'm young at heart. I remember that there used to be an immigration plans for Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, and they would cost £10. If you paid £10, they would bring you £10 per person. So if it was one person, £10. If it was a family of five, it was 50 quid. And those countries, the country of your choice, would then pay your passage to their country, house you, and educate you while you were there. When I say educate you into a useful occupation that they were needing people for, and they were building their economies. And it's not all that long ago, but it's probably something that many of you won't have remembered. Um, and we're in that position now. You come, we don't pay your fare to come here, but we give you that $5 to get you started in generating wealth within our community, and then you can participate in anything else that we have. And I think internally within our community, you can get involved in without ever putting your hand in your pocket. It means you have to work a little bit harder, and it takes a little bit longer to get to the top than if you choose to put in a few dollars, $2 here, $5 there, whatever it may be. Um, but it's purely optional. Everything that we have internally can be achieved and used if you choose to without putting your hand in your pocket. We also have um, multiple income streams where we select income opportunities and the like from third party plans, things that we don't have any direct control over. We join those as a community, and it gives the members a chance to make money in those other plans. And of course, if they make money, then as their sponsor or upline, we generate income as well into the treasury of We Share Abundance. So they're all beneficial to We Share Abundance as well as the members. It's not just the member that benefits from earning money, but everybody, because there is an income generated for the community, and that benefits everybody in the community. And a lot of the plans we have are passive income plans. Some of them are free to generate some income. Some of them you need to put cash into. But if you use the free plans to generate the income, whether they're our own plans or whether they are other third-party plans, then you can get into things that are really good opportunities, things like Vortic United. Um, but you need a $50 minimum to get started in Vortic. We have some members that are financially able to get into Vortic with larger amounts. We have some members that have actually got together in a little group of their family, pooled their funds and got into Vortic United at the top paying level, 10,000. And of course, that is where everybody aims to get to, and you can build that up through compounding your income. Compounding is very powerful. Vortic United is very strong. We have different plans. We have Beyond Infinity, which is a very powerful plan. None of these are get rich quick, understand. They take time to build. You've got to set a plan out now for 3 to 5 years and stick to that plan. And don't get diverted, distracted by these hyped up plans that say, oh, it's only $5, you'll be making $1 million 2 or 3 weeks just by introducing 2 or 3 people. You and I know that those plans abound on the internet, and you and I know that those plans never pay out what they hype up to be available. Mathematically, what they offer is possible, but in practical terms, it doesn't happen. So you've got to look at something more reliable and set your stall out and say, okay, 3 to 5 years, I'm going to be there. This is what I need to be making. This is how I'm going to do it. And we have ways that we can help you plan that course of action. So we have also a, uh, a downline builder for those plans. So excuse me again, moment. Mum told me not to sniff. So you can put your affiliate ID in there, and it will help you build those plans and generate additional income through building a network of people in everything that we have available. Right. ROI tips. I'm a bit disappointed with at the moment because unless I've got it now, let me just check. We are here, I think. It looks like they haven't actually started because I said, when are you starting this warm-up campaign? I've not seen anything. But, and I've been chasing them on this for the last couple of days. Well, since weekend, when we found out that we now are able to pay for the advertising, we got the billing sorted out, which was a challenge. But this is the answer from that. The content of the warm-up campaign is now available, and I'll be posting it to your page shortly. Once the banner and avatar that I requested from our creative team are available, I will start the warm-up campaign. And then they're asking me to do things that have already been done, like add your domain to the Cloudflare account and so on. So I will update you once the warm-up campaign is live. So it should have been live according to everything that I've been told Monday, but it isn't live, and but it looks like it's getting closer. So I am disappointed to report that, but I have at least got the answer here. It wasn't there when I checked just before I came live, but it has come in now. That's the challenge of time differences. Um, so that's where we are with the ROI tips. That's very, very important. It's very important for members of the Turnkey Cash Cow plan that we have. They have paid to have us build an income for them. And the way we're doing that is through collaboration with this business, ROI Tips. They are experts in what they do. They've generated well over $150 million worth of sales for their clients, and they specialize in Facebook marketing. And that's where we're going. We've paid them up front for their services. And we have the funds now available there to pay for the advertising at the recommended level, $2,000, to get the campaign up and running. And that will benefit, obviously, the members of the Turnkey Cash Cow program in that it will, as those sales start coming in, they will be allocated to the participants in the program, generate commissions for them. In addition, there will be income generated for the community as a whole from every sale that's made. The bulk of the money will go to providing the services and the commissions, but a percentage will also come into our treasury, and as we build the number of sales, that will grow, and we are looking at my initial target for the beginning of the campaign is to generate over $35,000 a month for reach abundance, in addition to the money we generate for the participants. And that will be into our treasury, and it'll boost our liquidity and value of our tokens, enabling us to do an awful lot, which has been discussed in the past. And that is, well, not probably, that is definitely our going to be our biggest income generator in the short term, over the next 6, 12 months probably is going to be our top income generator. The Fun Miracle site, once we get that going, we'll start adding to that, but that income will start slowly and gradually build up and certainly surpass what we can generate from the Turnkey Cash Cow program. But they'll both be there consistently generating income. One will grow exponentially, the other will, the advertising campaigns always hit a point where you get diminishing returns. You can't just keep growing them indefinitely and they keep working. You get to a point where they hit diminishing returns and they have to have a rethink and start something else. But those two are very much there as large income generators. We've got a lot of things that are generating income for us now, but it's small at the moment. But through the power of compounding, we're not sort of pulling that income out. We are using it to grow through the power of compounding. Gradually, that will grow, and we'll see that start to have an impact in 6 months' time, 9 months' time, 12 months' time. A big impact. And when we get all these things working together, plus new industries within our community, things like we're going to be adding a mall and things like that, this will all generate more and more and more income, increasing our value as a nation and helping all our members increase and improve their standard of living. Okay, so that's where we are, and that's what we're doing. I am spending as much time as I possibly get on the Fun Miracles thing at the moment. I am also going to be getting back to ROI tips, telling them that I think they should have got it started before now, and these things they're asking for have already been done. So, and they know they've been done. I think it's perhaps a little bit of an excuse for them not having got started as soon as I felt they should have done. Okay, anyway, that is where we are. It's no good upset about things that don't happen as quickly as you want. All you can do is try and make sure they don't have more delays. I'll be spending my time trying to make sure that there are no more delays. Okay, what else do we have? There is a program, a free income program that we introduced very something at the moment. Oh, it's got ivory in it. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, this is it, I think. Yeah, Ivory Hash it's called. It's a mining program, but it is totally free. They give you um, a mining contract, which I'm not sure how long they're going to be giving it to you for. You don't have to pay anything, and it is estimated to generate $10 a month. Now, you may not think that's a fortune, or you may think it is, depending on where you live and what your personal situation is. But $10 a month for free, I think, is a real good deal. Um, you don't have to stay free, as with any program. If you do choose to put money in, do your own due diligence about it. Never put in more than you can afford to lose. Get your seed capital out as soon as you can, if you choose to do that, because you're worried about losing whatever you put in. I think the minimum investment is about $15 in Ivory Hash. So if you want to put in money, you can. But it's totally free. You can earn $10. That $10 could put you into a program like BitSports. I'm just looking at our BitSports account now. We didn't join that very long ago, but we have had the benefit of a number of our members joining as well into BitSports. But we started that with $10, which is the minimum. And so you could get involved in Ivory Hash today. In a month's time, you can get into BitSports. Ivory Hash will continue to grow for you. It'll produce another $10 the month after. You can add that into something else or do whatever you want with it. You can reinvest it in Ivory Hash once you've got enough money. You can put it into other programs that we have. It's up to you, but just taking this one example, you get into Ivory Hash today, a month's time, you've got $10. Ivory Hash is still going, it's going to generate you another $10. But you take that initial $10, you put it into BitSports. We put our $10 into BitSports, can't remember when, probably approaching 3 weeks now. And that $10 has grown to $54.28 in BitSports. This is passive. It's, we've not done it. Well, I say passive. You put your $10 in, it'll grow slower than I've talked about there if you are 100% passive. If you share it with other people, like we have, then your funds grow faster. But you can be totally passive, and it'll take a while, but you will grow that account, and it'll grow. Uh, it, it trebles your money initially. So $10 becomes $30. Now you put that $30 back in, and it becomes $90. With $90, you put $40 back in and put $50 into Vortic, and that $50 in Vortic is going to start growing. So you would then have Ivory Hash producing income for you, BitSports producing for you, and Vortic, which is very powerful, producing income for you. And you can get other people to go through the same way, starting with absolutely zero and doing the same. And as they follow into these other programs, into BitSports and Vortic, then your income will increase because you've been good enough to share what you have with other people. And then you can expand into more programs with the income that you have generated from now 3 income streams. You can get into a fourth, and a fifth, and so on, and grow. But it's a project, as I say, 3 to 5 years. You can't do this overnight. People get overweight. They, over the years, put on weight, put on more weight, put on more weight, and become really obese. And they sometimes will say, "Oh, I'm fat and happy," but they would be happier if they weren't fat. It's just their excuse for not doing anything about it. But deep inside them, they would love to be a fit, natural weight rather than being obese. They would be healthier, happier. It's taken them many, many years to become obese, and yet to be back to being fit and healthy and their normal weight overnight. And it doesn't work like that. It takes time and effort and dedication. And gradually you start shedding the pounds, shedding the pounds, shedding the pounds, and you get down eventually to the weight that you want to be. If you stick with it, if you stick with the plan. And it's the same financially. People spend years and years and years getting into debt through whatever reason, more and more debt, credit card debt, debt for the car, debt for the house, the mortgage, debt for the vacation that they took that they couldn't really afford, debt for all these things, and it all piles up, and they get to a point where they say, "I can't see my way out of it." And then they're looking for a solution overnight, same as the obese person wants to be a healthy weight overnight. You've got to start planning. You've got to plan now for 3 to 5 years, and that then will put you in a strong position. In 3 to 5 years, you'll be in a strong position financially where you'll never have to worry about money again. Am I saying that everything that we suggest and recommend will work exactly as we want it to work and as it says on the can? No. Some things will fail. But as you get into more and more multiple income streams, you might be in 10 income streams and 7 of them might fail. But 3 that succeed with compounding will more than pay for the failures that you encounter. The boxer gets into the ring and he doesn't say, "I'm going to win this bout without ever getting punched." He knows he's going to have to take some punches. And it's the same in life with whatever we do. There's always going to be obstacles. We're always going to be facing those punches, but it's how we ride those punches. And even if we get knocked down, we get up. Like the Rocky film, that is always about no matter how hard you get hit, but you've got to get back up. And it's the same in life, and it's with whatever you do. We will take hits in our multiple income streams. It will happen. It's inevitable. But if we keep getting up and we keep looking for the best opportunities, we will find the best opportunities. I believe Vortic is the really uh, king of the hill, but I could be wrong. Okay, but that is my belief. I believe that Vortic is the most solid and uh, viable program out there. And as I say, we only need 2 or 3 out of 10 to pay out in the way that they should with compounding, and they will far more than compensate for the plans that lose. So set your stall out for that. I sent a message out today, and I sent it out for you to understand the way to approach people. And I entitled it, "Why Am I Sending You This Message?" or something like that. I can't remember the exact words. And I told them in the first paragraph, because I'm involved in some things that I want to share with you. Because if they work, I don't want you coming to me in a few years saying, "Why didn't you tell me?" So I'm clearing that now. I'm telling you about it. What you do with it from there, it's up to you. You may think I'm a mug. You may think these are scams, or you may think, "Yeah, that looks good, and he's probably doing the right thing." Whatever, it doesn't matter. You've approached those people, you've done your duty, you've shared it with them. What they do with it is up to them. can't control what other people do, but you can control what you do, and it is, I believe, your duty to share these opportunities with people so that they know then, and then in a few years' time, when you are totally financially independent, 3 to 5 years, they're not going to come to you and say, you know, how well have you managed this? I'm still working 2 jobs, uh, spending 60 hours a week working to make ends meet. There's you're jetting off all around the world. And I see you just moved into that big new house and you've got a new car. How come, you know? I mean, I was always better than you at school anyway. And you say, well, remember 3 to 5 years ago, I told you about these things that I was getting involved in, and you said, oh, yeah, those are internet scams. Well, that's why I'm in this position now. They're still around if you want to join, but it'll take you 3 to 5 years to get to where I am now. And in that time, I'll have moved on even further. Okay, you will have that comeback. You don't want to be there and then say, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? So that is what's behind that message I sent out today, so that you can use that same format to approach people. Don't don't concern yourself with how they react to it. Don't be bothered if they say, "Oh, get out of that. That's a scam." Just say, "Okay, great. I'm already in it. So if it's a scam, it's a scam." Don't argue with them. Don't try and convince them. Just say, you know, look, I told you about it. That's all. You know, and then you can say, who do you think is going to win the football match tomorrow, or whatever else you normally talk about, or do you want to come down the pub for a pint, or whatever, you know. But you can live with yourself in the future. You won't be faced with criticism for not having shared. Okay, where are we? And with ROI tips, be passing on any of their Facebook marketing skills so the campaigns can eventually be run in-house by WeShare Abundance members. Uh, I'm not sure that it's something that WeShare Abundance members um, will mainly want to get involved in. It's expensive, it's difficult, and the answer, I suppose, is yes. But that information is available to everybody that wants it now. It's the experience and the dedication. Running ad campaigns, any ad campaign, takes a lot of time and effort. Um, I used to specialize in doing solo ads. They are not as difficult to do as Facebook campaigns because you're dealing with solo ad sellers. They're not going to block your account and this sort of thing if you don't comply with their rules and regulations. You know, Facebook has a lot of pitfalls. I've done Facebook advertising. It's very, very difficult. Solo ads, I believe, is a better option for the average marketer. But even that requires a lot of, you've got to have a good tracking system in place. I recommend, if you're going to do it, ClickMagick. Um, on Passive, I believe, are producing a tracking system if it ever gets off the ground. Um, but there are lots of them out there, but the one I've used in the past very effectively, ClickMagick, you've got to be able to track everything. You've got to be able to spend time checking your results, tweaking things, changing your text. A comma in a different place can make thousands of dollars difference sometimes. The color of your squeeze page can have an effect. You've got to be able to spend time doing all these things and testing, doing split testing on them. And even with something like solo ads, it's very time consuming, very rewarding. It can be very rewarding, but very time consuming, and you've got to build up your skills. Facebook presents additional challenges in that whilst it's a really, really good place to advertise because you can really narrow in on your target audience, and it's got almost unlimited potential for expansion in that target audience space. Um, the cost of it is high, and to get the results is takes experience. You're going to have campaigns that fail. Like I was talking about the boxer analogy, you're going to maybe run 10 campaigns and several of them are going to fail, but you get one that hits and it makes up for all the rest. I I had one campaign that made about $10,000 pretty quickly until Facebook closed down my account, and that's another thing that can happen. Um, they didn't close it down because I was making money, but I offended one of their community rules or whatever it was. I never actually found out exactly what. And once your account is closed, it's very difficult to get it back. But I had a lot of losing campaigns as well. But that one campaign made me enough money to um, pay for the losing campaigns and generate a good profit. The thing about ROI tips is, yeah, they'll be setting up campaigns and doing things and we'll be getting us rolling. It will then be necessary for us to start to duplicate what they're doing, and we'll have to do that in the same way that I would with solo ads, and that is tracking things, testing them, doing split testing, introducing new images, changing text, changing landing pages, doing all those sorts of things. The information is already out there on the internet and you can find it free. But for the individual to take that on and be successful is never going to be easy. And so, whilst the answer to it broadly, Richard, is yes, um, in practice, I think it's no. Okay. ROI tips being paid on results. Um, no and yes. Um, they do guarantee that we will make at least what we spend. Uh, but they are not being paid a commission on results. No. Um, it's an ongoing contract for, I can't remember the number of campaigns that we're running. I'd have to check on that, but it's ongoing for a few months. We will be in there, while we, as a community, essentially, me with my marketing skill. Marketing is uh, what I can be good at, okay? But I've always struggled with Facebook for various reasons. Set up correctly and going and trying to follow the guidelines that they've given, I can apply my skills and progress it beyond what we have with ROI tips. But that is that, that is how it's working with ROI tips. Okay, so they have been paid quite a large sum for us in advance. For some people, it may not be much, you know. There is also the potential to extend and pay ROI tips more beyond, up and beyond, to continue running things. Um, and that would have to be renegotiated. And once again, would have to be with some sort of guarantee of return. But they would never, I don't think you would ever get any of the, I mean, there are other organisations besides ROI, but I don't think any of them would ever guarantee a particular level of success. Okay, that's where we are with them anyway. Let's get it up and running and let's see where we go with it. I am optimistic that they will produce the results that we're looking for in the short term. Whether we take it on totally ourselves or whether we employ ROI tips to go beyond the initial contract period, um, we'll have to decide in the future. Okay. Right. What I've decided to do as well on Saturday is to take a little bit of time off, um, half a day probably. I'll probably work till about 11 a.m. That will give me about 8 hours in to do all the routine stuff. And then I've decided that on Saturday we'll go out and celebrate Cody's birthday with him, take him a little bit further afield, run on the sands and play around and probably have a meal out and buy him a doggy meal out to celebrate his birthday. Um, so Saturday I'll be taking a few hours off, say from 11 till I don't know 5 or 6, something like that. We'll go out and have some fun with Cody, and Laura and I, my wife and I and Cody will go out and have a bit of fun for a day or half a day, 7 or 8 hours, whatever. I will be back in time for the live event, obviously. Maybe before that because I may have to be back for 5 to because Amazon have a live event. So yeah, it'll be cut shorter than that because I'll be back for the Amazon thing at 5. But I'll probably get away about 11 till 4. Give us 5 hours anyway. We'll probably have a bit of fun in that time. Okay, celebrating Cody's birthday. I think it's another old dog's birthday too. Okay, you have your own thoughts. Old dogs usually don't bother counting birthdays. They've seen enough of them. Okay, right. What are we doing? I'm into the Melon app, and I will be looking down here to see if we've got any other people in saying hi or asking questions from YouTube or Twitter. Nope, that's it, I believe. So there you go. It's um, it's the latest updates, and I've just given you an advance warning that I perhaps won't get as much done on Saturday as I would normally. Other than that, it's good. Reynold, Mr. Graham, if you were in my country, I would have given you some bush tea that would have taken care of your Okay. Um, well, I'm not in your country. Um, it's not, I don't know. I'm told it's hay fever. I've not suffered from hay fever before, but it does appear to be all the symptoms. I've had funny eyes and itchy eyes and runny nose. It's been an inconvenience more than anything else. It's not. I don't feel it's debilitating in any way, but it has been an inconvenience. Okay, well that's it. Anyway, we're done for today. Thank you all for being here. We'll see what progress we can get made tomorrow. Tomorrow is, of course, Friday. Um, we will get whatever we can completed, and I'll be here at the usual time, 7 p.m. London time on YouTube, Twitch, and in our Facebook group, We Share Abundance Publicly. Until then, get out there, be We Warriors. Think about that email that I sent out or the message that's in your inbox, whichever way you look at it, and how you can use that same sort of tactic to avoid um, people coming to you in a few years' time and saying, "Why didn't you?" Okay, you don't want that to happen. Get out there, share love and abundance now. Don't worry about the results of your sharing. You can't control the way people think about what it is. Don't get into convincing or anything. Just share it, and that's your job. You can be completely clear conscience and everything else. You can find people that could use a little bit of cash just by giving away coupons, get them involved in the Easy Business Soap program. Uh, sharing, no, serving others attracts prosperity, SOAP. Success on the plate. Get them involved in that. It'll make you feel good. You'll have to spend a little bit of time walking them through how it all works and everything else, but uh, they will be able to generate income pretty much instantly if they go about things with a bit of enthusiasm. You'll be building your network. You'll be happy to have helped them. They'll be happy that you've helped them because they're happy with that you've already helped them. As they start making money, they'll be happy to join some of the other plans that you're in, and the whole thing just takes on its own life. But you've got to start it. Okay. God bless, and I'll see you all same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being We Share Abundance. I love you all, and I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Yeah, in a wild crocodile. Go.